Well, hey there, boys and girls, ladies and gents, theys and theirs. This is Tara Shapansky from the Polish-American Brotherhood and Adam Francisco from Be Free Ma Sheeple, and you're listening to the T&A Show, the Tara and Adam Show. Well, hey there, guys and gals. Thanks for joining in with our late night T&A show. You know what? I knew that T&A meant tits and ass, but when Adam and I were discussing, what should we name it? I mean, like, you know, obviously T and A, and it's kind of funny. But I saw somebody post a comment about like how it's always a switcheroo every single time we start the show, and so I actually then Googled TNA, and it comes up with like the formal definition of entertainment that is like intentionally titillating, basically. Titillating. And I was like, wait, it's actually a thing.
yeah, exactly. We have titillating content for the people. So
especially during our late night sessions like tonight, we're going to be talking about Biden's tax plans.
That's right. We're going to talk about Biden's tax plans. This is an exciting live stream, guys. So as you guys know, we have a live stream that we do called the TNA Show, and we decided to add another show called At Night, the TNA Show at Night, which can be just you and me, Tara, but we can also have guests on. I think for this show, though, obviously we're going to be in person at some point in the future and do this, but I think
you know I can't stay away from you too long.
That's right. But for the At Night shows, we should have like some tequila on the side, some whiskey, and just have like get in the mood.
Oh, we know how I am with tequila, guys. I think that was one of our most popular live streams that we had ever done. Adam was Tequila Tuesday.
You got so messed up that night. It was I don't even know if it was nighttime.
I am so thankful I have such a good co-host that's gonna be like, I'm gonna turn off this camera before Tara says or does something stupid.
I was more worried about getting like a copyright strike or strike from YouTube for like showing a drunk person on a live stream. Maybe we'd get in trouble, you know. Oh, Devon's here. Devon says,
"Hey, Devon."
I love it. Oh, that's awesome. It's nice to have loyal viewers like Devon. Hey, Devon, let us know where you're located. Where in the U.S. are you, Devon? Are you in Florida?
He's in South Florida.
Oh, he is. Awesome. Well, when I'm back, I think that we should, Tara, we should do an event for the Floridians that watch us, and maybe go to a bar, meet everybody, do like a meet and greet.
Oh, that'd be fun.
We'd have to vet it out though, because I don't need anyone.
No Antifa's there.
Yeah, we'd have to vet it out. Maybe hire security or something, you know, just to be safe.
Where
but tonight,
TV's at?
Tonight, I wanted to talk to you about Joe Biden's tax plan.
And, all right, let's dive right into it, guys.
How it's really, really, this is some scary stuff, Tara. Now, I know you need me to explain this to you a little bit because it's a little complicated, but I'm going to try the best I can to our 4 viewers. I think I might be one of them. So to our 3 viewers.
Adam, I told you needed to show some skin. Like I was expecting you to be topless right now.
So my audience is all men, so it doesn't really work as much if I had some women in my audience. But anyway, let's talk about these taxes. Steve Pence.
Let's talk about these taxes tonight. Biden's tax plans.
That's right. This is absolutely crazy what he's trying to do, and this is how they inch socialism into the country. That's what's scary.
Whoa! I just switched screens and you're topless.
I should take my shirt off, so I did. This is the TNA show at night.
Oh my God! Not for virgin eyes, Adam.
This is the TNA show at night. You know, I'm not
Adam did say he's going to invest into getting like a red light, so it looks like he's at a strip club.
I'm going to do that next time. We'll have a little red light.
We all know where business is done, anyways. So
exactly, that's where they're done. Is
in the room where it happens.
Exactly.
Where politics and business is done, it's all in the room where it happens.
Where all collides. So, hey, what's up, Paul? So, Tara, the way it works, you don't have any crypto yet, right?
No, I did open a something, an
Okay.
app that my friend told me to.
It's a good time to buy right now because the market just crashed today because of Joe Biden's announcement. So there's been a huge sell-off today. Bitcoin was trading at around $53,000. It dipped below 50K. So now it's at 49, which is a psychological barrier. When investors see a price go from like 50 to 49, it's a bigger deal than it should be, right? Because it's only $1,000 difference. But just when you see that number 4 instead of 5 in front, freaks people out. So we're just kind of waiting to see what happens. Now, let's talk taxes because this is exciting. Scroll back up to the top. So when you do buy your cryptocurrency at some point in the near future, there's something called short-term capital gains and long-term capital gains. Okay? Short-term capital gains means if you sell your asset within a year or less. Long-term means if you sell your asset after a year or longer. Does that make sense so far?
Yes.
Okay. So normally what we do here in the US is they want to reward you for investing in companies, not day trading. So if you day trade, you get taxed at the normal income levels. It's taxed just like normal income. But if you hold for more than a year, the highest tax you could possibly pay is 20%. So let's say you hold crypto for 2 years, you make $1 million, you sell it all, you only have to pay $200,000 to the government. That's called long-term capital gains. That makes sense so far?
Yeah.
So Joe Biden is trying to increase the long-term capital gains from 20% to 43.4%. He's doubling it.
Whoa.
That's what I'm saying. Like, this isn't like a 1 or 2 or 5% increase, which is kind of like, that sucks. He's going from 20 to 43.4%. And the only good news is that this is targeting people that make $1 million a year or more. So if your total income is $900,000, this won't affect you. But if your income is $1 million or more, this will affect you.
You know, but in a sense, even when you think of a household income for married couples, like that's as if you're pulling in $500,000 each, then as a household income, because I don't like, it's not like I'm wealthy and say, $500,000 is not a lot of money, but you know, that's still going to be impacting a lot of people because when you think of married couples.
So married couples, typically, people don't realize this. I don't know if they don't do enough research about it, but the tax code for married couples, from my understanding, was created when women didn't work. Okay? So what happens is if you're a working man and your wife is a stay-at-home, you get tax breaks because you have what's called dependents. And if you have children, you get bigger tax breaks because you have dependents. You've done tax returns, so you know about dependents, right? But what happens is when the wife and the man both have jobs, the way the government taxes it, it says, well, because you share a lot of costs, like the roof over your head, you share a car, you share meals, we should be able to tax you more. So what happens is people get married, they end up getting taxed more than if they filed single, or if the woman stopped working or the man stopped working. So you actually get hurt by getting married in the U.S. and you get hit on taxes. People don't know that. And so I
did not know that.
There are couples
you seem to know a lot about that for a guy who's never been married.
Well, why do you think I'm never getting married? Because I researched these type of things. I research the actual facts of marriage, and you know, just to go on a tangent real quick, what I've learned was women initiate most of the divorces, right? It's mostly women, but men are the ones who pay for it most of the time. Meaning men get punished by the courts or child support or alimony. So why would I enter an arrangement with a woman? She could be the love of my life. But why would I enter an arrangement where the odds simply are she's likely to initiate divorce, and then if that happens, she's likely to take me to the cleaners? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
Just don't be a jerk and do something that's going to get you divorced.
But you know that you would think that that's like the solution, right? Just be nice and be kind.
I know. It's things are a lot more complicated than that, but
no, it's just like people that fall in love one day can become the biggest enemies within a matter of months, years. So, I feel that marriage is too much of an exposure. It's too much of a risk.
When this like tax code or whatever was set up under, do you know under what administration? Because it's so interesting to think that we're disincentivized to get married because like communities that have more married couples have less crime, for instance. And of course, you're going to if single parent households versus like having two parent households puts families and children more at risk for a lot of things. So putting an incentive for having a family like that helps society. So what do you know when this like this kind of tax codes were like set up? Or
my accountant explained to me that if you were to print out the tax code, right, the official tax code, it's like 6,000 pages, 7,000 pages long. It's just thousands and thousands of pages, and a lot of it has to do with lobbyists and tax reforms that over the years just keep accruing and keep accruing. But a lot of the tax codes are outdated to these days. And so, for example, you have something like cryptocurrency that appeared out of nowhere. You have people that are multiplying their money by 10, 25 times in 1 year, right? That type of gains, you don't see it often in the stock market. So if you're a crypto investor and you've seen those gains, the tax code hasn't really caught up to that yet. And, even here in Mexico, I did research on it. The Mexican government doesn't have a tax code for cryptocurrency yet. So if you're a Mexican citizen and you're investing in crypto, that's all tax-free money, which is crazy. And then there are loopholes, like you could move to Puerto Rico, for example, and they have, I believe, no income tax there if you buy real estate as well as hire local citizens, if you hire some Puerto Ricans for your company. So there are some ways to like not have to pay taxes, but they're very extreme. And most Americans who have a family or have a business and are stuck in place, they can't afford to do that. And I would say I'd recommend not trying to dodge paying your taxes, because the IRS will find out, and you'll get screwed. Did you highlight that? Did you highlight?
Ryan went, whoa, a topless stream.
Yeah, Ryan,
the funny thing is, before we jumped on to do the stream, we were debating which of us was going to be the one topless, but
we were.
Adam won the argument, so I'm like, all right, Adam, you can be the one who is topless. I'll let you have that honor.
I appreciate that, and I'll make the pecs move for you. So, Steve Pence just said he's moving to Mexico for the tax code. That's a great idea, but you'd have to give up your U.S. citizenship to benefit from that. So the way that would work is, let's say you move to Mexico and you keep your U.S. citizenship. Let's say you become a Mexican citizen, so now you have dual citizenship. Whatever taxes you paid in Mexico, you have to keep a receipt of that. And then when it's tax time for the U.S., you show the U.S., hey, look, I paid 20% taxes to Mexico. They then request the difference. So if you owe America 40%, you now owe them 20% to become whole. Isn't that ridiculous? There's two countries in the world that do that. There's two countries where if you never step foot in the U.S., but you're still a U.S. citizen, you have to pay your taxes to the U.S. We're one of two countries in the world, Tara, that has that rule.
Gotcha.
Isn't that ridiculous?
And for those who want to make it rain, it's called Super Chat.
If you want to make it rain on my channel to my 4 viewers, you throw me a super chat, I'll convince Tara to do something silly on your honor. She's killing me on super chats, guys. She got she did really well in the last couple of days on super chats.
Yeah, everybody's been very supportive, especially right now. I'm traveling. I'm going to be on the road a lot this summer. So of course I'm going to be incurring a lot of expenses from hotels. At least my flights are covered. And yeah, so people have been very supportive now I'm in Minneapolis and was streaming the show of in trial and the reaction in the city. So I do appreciate all the super chats I have gotten, and that helps me to recoup. Also, Adam, as you know, with all that I pumped in to have the right gear and everything. So, but Adam's putting on a show for us tonight. So for those of you guys who want to super chat on his end, I know he'll greatly appreciate those tips.
Ooh la la! I love just the tip. So I'm going to send you a link right now if you want to pull it up. This is Tim Draper. This is Tim Draper. He is actually, I could probably pull in my own links here on my side, right?
Do you see that?
Let's try it. Let me try it.
Okay. Yeah, we're going to test out. We're still using StreamYard. I also got a restream, so we can give that a try another time. But I'm trying to teach Adam how to use StreamYard too. So see if you can pull it. See if you can pull in the link.
Yeah, I don't know. It's not working right now. All right, just you do it for now. We'll do it after.
Gotcha. Let me
Let
go grab that from you.
Yeah. So this guy, Tim Draper, is worth $1.5 billion. So this guy's a billionaire. All right. I don't know if we have any billionaires watching the stream. If we do, definitely make a super chat. We'd appreciate that. If you're a millionaire, make a super chat. If you have $1 million, if you're a millionaire, give us a super chat. It's the right thing to do, right? This is called voluntary socialism, which I'm a big fan of. I think if somebody wants to donate their money to a cause and give to someone who has less than, that's a wonderful thing. Do you agree, Tara?
Mm-hmm. I think so
What I don't
too.
agree with is forced socialism and forced communism. So there it is. If you could zoom in on it, his tweet up top. 43.4% capital tax gains might kill the golden goose that is America's Silicon Valley. People need an incentive to build long-term startups of value. In California, that would be a 56.4% tax burden. Greater than 50% taxes spells death to job creation. Now, I'll tell you guys a quick story. Back when I was a corporate working man, I did very well for myself. I made a lot of money. I did not make $1 million a year, but I made enough. It rounded up to $1 million a year. So I was a round up millionaire, which was pretty damn cool. And there was one quarter. So 3 months of work, I was getting my commission check. And it was a 6-figure commission check from 3 months of work as a bonus. And my CEO calls me in the office and he's like, Adam, congratulations, you're in the big boy club. I'm like, what's the big boy club? Because I didn't look at my sales numbers. I didn't give a shit. And he says, 6-figure commission check in 1 quarter. So my first reaction was I left the room and I cried. I'll admit that I cried because when my mom passed away, she never saw me. She saw me in debt, in heavy debt, making like $29K a year. And so when I got this huge commission check, I was just like, wow, I can literally just pay off all my debts and start to invest and start to save, which was really cool. Milestone of my life. But then I got the check. It hit my bank account. And I got taxed 64% in New York. Something like 60%. And when I saw what was deposited in my account, and when I saw what the check was supposed to be before taxes, it was, I was just like, how does the government have a right to take more than half of my money? How? And it looks like if this bill passes under Biden, that's exactly what's going to happen. That is going to be a very common feeling for the millionaires of the world. 50%, which is, isn't that crazy, Tara? Can you imagine making $1 and then just giving 50% up? 50 cents every time?
Nope.
Crazy.
Adam, you either ran out of cash and lost your shirt and now live in a hut, or it's hot and muggy there.
Although he's pretty accurate. Today I did lose a lot of money because of Biden's announcement.
That's true. So it's fitting. You're topless now because you lost the shirt off your back.
I lost shirt off my back, and I do kind of live in a hut. It's called a palapa, and above me is a straw roof. But it's fantastic, and I like where I'm at. But money's not the key to happiness. I think we all know that. You need money to have your baseline necessities taken care of. But I'll tell you something. And I'll say this, as someone who made a lot of money in the past, there does come a point where you start to make more than you actually need, and it ends up just
it decreases your happiness. It'll decrease your happiness.
Well, it just becomes savings. So you get to put it in your account, and you get to look at the number grow. But it's just like an ego thing. But you're not touching it, you're not spending it, you're not using it. So what happiness does it really give you? Peace of mind, yes. But happiness, maybe the first 6 figures probably make you happy, right? Like, for example, Tara, you did really well with Super Chats this week. But there's going to be a time in the future where you're going to make $1,000 in a day. That's probably going to make you way happier than when you were working corporate world getting paid $1,000. Am I right?
100%. I mean, I'm the type of person when I started backpacking and before being stationary because of C-19, I was backpacking for almost 2 years. I went 11 months straight in 2019 to 25 countries. And with that, I stayed predominantly in hostels. And I found I'm just as happy at a $5 hostel as I was at a 5-star place. And for me, it's just the point of going and being there.
Yep. And I try to tell people this, like when I was making all that money and I would travel, I would stay at places like the Ritz, right? I would go to Marina Del Rey all the time, visit Marina Del Rey. I'd always stay at the Ritz, right in the marina. It was amazing. I'd see NFL players, celebrities there all the time. Now they're on a whole level of their stratosphere of income compared to me, but I was able to afford that. And it was wonderful to have that experience. But here's the problem with that. Unless you're going to keep making a lot of money, if that becomes your norm, then you have to also keep up that level of income. People don't realize that. But if you live in a hostel and be happy, if you could live in a Airbnb for $400 a month and be happy, well, then you don't need to make that much money, which means you don't need to work so much. And to me, that's the value I have is kind of like you. I'd rather have freedom and try to make it on YouTube and a blogger and have all the time in the world. That's
the time for me has made me the most happy when I was able to free myself from the corporate chains.
Exactly. And look, I'm almost 40 years old, which is crazy to say, but I think I look pretty damn good. And a big part of that reason is no stress from a job, free time to go to the gym, extra time to sleep, extra time to catch up on sleep. When I'm hungover, I don't have to wake up at 6, 7 a.m. and rush to work and be stressed about that. I get to literally try to live as stress-free as possible, which has enabled me to, I think, look younger. I do have gray hairs, but I do dye my hairs black. So that is a fact about me. I don't shave my chest. This is natural. Ooh
la la.
So we got some comments coming in. Noah Badi, hope I got that right, says TNA, my favorite letters. That's right. We hijacked that. And Noah Badi also said, what happened to 33%? Yep. No, that's why we kind of hopped on this live stream, is because Joe Biden's proposed tax hike is ugly. And when you tax someone that high, I was doing a little research about it. If someone who's a millionaire knows they're going to get taxed at 43%, well, guess what? They're just going to hoard their cash even more. Like, why would they ever sell? You know what I'm saying, Tyler? Why would they sell? Just sit on it for 10 years, wait until the Republicans back in office, and then lowers the tax rate. Like, it's going to backfire in a lot of ways. And to me, I'm worried about the country. This is taking from the rich, giving to the poor, which we already did to a degree. We already did it, and that's socialism, right? It's trying to even everything out. But this is extreme. It's extreme to just go from 20 to 43.6.
I think what people don't realize also for like socialist countries, when they toot about like how wonderful like Denmark is and it doesn't work to just tax like the rich. Everybody needs to be taxed across the board. And with that, who ends up hurting most is going to be your like middle income individuals or in the socialist system, actually. And right. And because like if you're gonna cut that percentage, it's less disposable income that you can have. People who are rich and wealthy are still going to have that money to have disposable income for spending or investing in cryptocurrency. But Adam, do you remember when I think it was the very first time you and I had gone out in Point Orlando and we were wearing our Trump gear for the first time. We ran into that one guy who was explaining how trickle-down theory.
Oh,
do you remember which I'm talking about?
I was a legend.
Yeah, he's amazing. Let me see if I can find it. I'm gonna put the focus on you while I pull this one up. Okay.
I got you. I can pull this up. Here it is. Episode 1. Was it episode 1?
Yes, episode 1. Yeah, send me the link.
I'm gonna throw it right. How do I message you directly? Private chat. Is there a private chat? Private chat. Here we go.
There's a private chat function.
All right, I just sent it to you.
Oh, perfect. You start using that instead of messaging me on Facebook, because like I have to toggle between screens and everything. This will make it easier for me to see it.
You know what? You're not wrong. And while while she cues us up, guys, we had a live stream today with an awesome girl named Talia Like It Is on Instagram. Talia_like it is. Awesome live stream. We made sure not to say the C word once. We referred to it as the cold vaccine or the cold. And Tara and I, we had a live stream up. Hers got taken down, demonetized, and she got a medical misinformation email. Mine remains up, monetized. And I think the reason why is Tara put the word influencer in the title of the video, and I didn't put that. And so my point of bringing this up is just that the censorship is just getting to insane levels. And so what we're going to be doing now is if we have any live streams that we think are too spicy for YouTube, we're going to put them on Rumble. Tara, you have a Rumble account yet?
Yeah. I have not been too active in using it, but I have put up some of my PB content from before. So those of you guys might notice that my content has diminished from my coverage of the Stop the Steal rallies. All of that is now on Rumble and BitChute.
Awesome. So yeah, guys, go to Rumble, search Polish American Brotherhood, subscribe, and then also search Adam Francisco, subscribe. And yeah, we appreciate it because we're going to have to start uploading more to Rumble. All right, let's play this video. This is the first time we went out, Tara and I, episode 1.
Do you hear the sound?
Yeah.
Amen.
There we go.
I first saw you, I thought you voted for Biden because you're wearing blue, but you're not. Who are you voting for?
Hell no. If we vote for Biden, we're going to destroy this country.
I agree. So you're voting for Mr. T?
Absolutely.
Very nice.
Anybody that doesn't vote for T is probably just a young, stupid idiot.
They don't know
Let's
anything about the
face it,
world
right?
yet. They don't know anything about the world yet, right?
They know nothing about the
Yeah,
world.
exactly. Trump 2020.
Trump 2020.
Trump trade.
Trump 2024.
That's right.
Democrats claim that trickle-down theory doesn't work. The old theory was that if you put a lot of money into the hands of the people that are responsible for all the resources, that money somehow gets down to all the people, and they're saying, well, that doesn't work. The money doesn't get down to all the people. Well, it doesn't get down to all the people whenever you're a Democrat and you're raising all the taxes. So if you give more money to the people at the top, but you don't actually reduce the taxes so they have resources that they can have an incentive to reinvest into the company, to buy more plant, property, equipment, to buy more, to actually get more labor, to have more money available for resources, then of course it's not going to get down to the people. Trump realized this, so he created incentives then for not just reinvestment in your own company in the United States, but also reinvestment in the United States in general versus other countries. So he inhibited investment into other countries. He was a proactive advocate for having policies that invest within the United States. So you're going to have not only just more U.S. citizens that own companies invest in the United States, but you also have more foreign direct investment because he was smart enough to realize that you need to lower the corporate taxes because the U.S., like every other country in the world in its global economy, is in competition with other countries. And so if the United States has low tax rates versus other countries, then what's going to happen? You're going to have this huge sucking sound of resources around the world that flow to the United States to invest in the United States. And that's what happened. And it will continue as long as we have Trump. If we don't have Trump, we're going to have hell like we've never seen before. And not only that, but you know what? That's like giving in to bullies anyway. Who wants to give in to a bully? Let's face it, that's what's going on. You guys
Exactly.
are wearing your Trump hats because you know what? You're saying, fuck it, I'm going to have courage. You think you know what you're going to talk about? Come up to me and tell me you're smarter than me. You know what you're talking about. Or if you're going to try to use anger and bulliness, then go right ahead. Bring it on. I don't give a shit. Try it, right? That's why you guys are doing it. And I wish more people in America were like you guys and had enough guts to actually stand up and not be afraid. So,
Amazing.
there
Thank
go,
you.
man. I can go on and on.
Amazing.
Who do you think's gonna win?
That made me sad to watch because he called it. He says if the Democrats get in, this is going to all go to hell, and look at what's happening. You know, just today,
Our borders, our taxes.
of course. I mean, look, we've already established this. Big tech and the mainstream media protects and defends for the Democrats. This is not even a conspiracy anymore. It's out in the open. That's just how it is. It's the fact. So today, they tried to pass a bill to penalize universities and higher education that discriminate against Asian Americans. So if you discriminate against Asian Americans, you don't get federal funding. That's the bill that was proposed. Republicans all wanted to pass the bill, and all the Democrats voted against it today. Right
I
down
heard
party line.
about that. I heard about that. Like, what's
Pull it
what's
up on
there to
Facebook.
where
If
what's
you can
that
pull it up on
to
Facebook,
what's
I
there to
sent it.
oppose when it comes to that? Because so today the Dante Wright's funeral is taking place, and so had Senator Klobuchar was here. So because people, I remember hearing that people were saying like, oh, she would have voted for the bill or would not have something, but
So the whole thing is that, as you know, Asian Americans, and you know what? Let's just pull up some facts right now, because I think that the people need to see this. Time spent. Can you hear the music in the background?
yeah. Is there a party
Yeah,
going on outside?
You know you're in Mexico when cars drive by, up in the Mexican music. Okay, I'm going to send you a link. If you can pull this up on the private
All right.
chat,
Private chat.
right under the chair.
Got it.
Daily
I
home.
got you, boo.
And then I'm going to give you another one. Income by ethnicity USA. It's one of my favorite charts. This, to me, destroys the
There you
whole
go.
America's racist argument. I love this chart. And then after we go through this one, let's go down. All right, so if you scroll down, this is about homework, time spent on task. And yeah, scroll down. There's a chart somewhere.
Homework as work experience.
Oh no, on the website. On the website, if you scroll down the page, there should be a
Here we go. Daily homework rate. Is this the one you're talking about?
Yeah, if you could pull it up here, because right now it's showing Ed 100, homework more time on task.
Oh, gotcha. You know, I was scrolling up on the wrong.
I know.
Screen.
You know what? I was doing the same thing when I was trying to toggle. I could use it now. I know how to use this platform. All right, here you go. Get out of this ad. So here you go. Daily homework rate. Check this out. So when you want to know why Asian Americans perform the best on tests or exams, is because they're spending more time in the home, more than any other race, more than whites, more than blacks, more than Hispanics. But the problem is this backfires for a lot of Asian Americans when they try to go to college. Because if you simply took, if you were a college and you said, we are not going to look at skin color, we are not going to look at ethnicity, we are just strictly going to look at scores, performance, and that's it, colleges in America would be mostly all Asian.
Mm-hmm.
That's just the reality situation. But the colleges don't want that. So what they do is they do reverse affirmative action, which hurts Asian American students. So now, because they have fewer spots for Asian Americans, instead of letting all the highly qualified Asian Americans in, they only let a small percentage of them. So what happens is when you compare Asian scores to white scores or black scores or Latino scores, Asians are competing with each other at the highest level. Some of them aren't getting in. And you have all these white, black, Latino kids that are getting admitted to the colleges that have inferior scores. This is not about IQ or intelligence, because there is no difference in racial. IQ is the same. It's just a bell curve.
Yeah, different kind of work ethic, basically. That
exactly.
Because it's stereotyped for Asians to have tiger parents. That's the term that's used for describing an Asian parent is a tiger parent. And
exactly.
Because basically the stereotype with that is like an Asian child needs to know an instrument, at least one instrument, has to spend so many hours on homework every single day. I mean, I guess I didn't have, for me as an Asian American, I didn't have so much pressure from my parents. My parents weren't really tiger parents, but I mean, I personally just put a lot of pressure on myself.
Well,
so I mean,
pageant
yeah. I was just always a perfectionist. So I'd be like, no, I got a 97 on my test, and the class average is like a C.
That's for you. It paid off. So let's go to the other chart, the second one I sent you.
Gotcha.
And this one really, to me, hammers home the whole point of why America is not racist. And well, let me rephrase that. Why white supremacy is not the biggest threat in America. So if you look at this chart, this breaks down income by ethnic group. And the average American makes $56,000 a year. This is a few years old, by the way. But the average American makes $56,000 a year.
What happened?
And if you look at white Americans, I don't know if you want to just go back.
There we go.
White Americans make just a hair above the average. Just a hair above.
Check this out, Filipino Americans.
You have 8 different ethnic groups, all people of color, that do better than white Americans. So this to me says one of two things. Either white supremacy doesn't exist or racism doesn't exist, because if it did, these people would not be above white Americans. Or it says to me, white supremacy or racism does exist, but it's not a major obstacle. And
this is why they were trying to keep Asians out of the definition of a person of color, because it dispels the whole the whole myth of racist America, because the existence of being Asian, they're like, oh, it's because of your proximity to whiteness. I'm like, what?
Exactly.
I'm like, look at me, I'm clearly brown. I mean,
people don't realize throughout history, Filipino people were slaves brought to Mexico. People don't realize that during World War I, was it? The Japanese internment camp. Like also the Vietnam War. Like we people of color of Asian backgrounds, they've suffered slavery, they've suffered racism, they've suffered genocide. Look at Cambodia. Look at Pol Pot. He wiped out 2.5 million of his own people in a massive genocide. And so when you tell me that, a third of the country's
population.
Right. So when you tell me that, Black Americans have an ownership of slavery, they don't. Most ethnic groups throughout history have been slaves. Now, I understand that in America it is different, where Black people were the slaves early on. But on a global level, right, most ethnic groups, including white people, have been slavery. And to this day in Africa, there's still Black slaves. So this right here to me says that if you look at the previous chart where time spent on homework, what that says to me is these parents are enforcing good culture on their kids. This is also why I believe that Jewish men and Asian women connect a lot, because Asian, as you said, tiger parents and Jewish families, they have a lot of the same cultural values. Work hard, go to college, work in these high earning careers, invest your money, save your money, which is what I've did. My parents always taught me. My parents were not well off by any means, but they were middle-class Americans, and they always told me the way to wealth is to save your money. And so that's what I've done, and that's why I'm pretty frugal to this day. But to me, you cannot look at the next chart and say Asians thrive because of good culture, but Blacks and Latinos fail because of racism. You can't have it both ways. Either racism exists, or the culture is why people are succeeding and why people are not. And Candace Owen talks a lot about this. She had a post recently where she says, I think it was Candace Owens, why is George Floyd worshipped more today than Dr. Ben Carson? Which is kind of crazy to think about.
Yeah.
Ben Carson's a fantastic man. He did one of the most complex surgeries in his career. Very high-ranking official in the White House. And someone just asked, are you still in Minnesota?
I am. I had allotted like a week and a half to be here. So I'm not sure where I'm going to head off to. I'm probably going to stay through the weekend and maybe just try and enjoy the city kind of like as a normal person. There wasn't that much that was popping off tonight. I'm in Brooklyn Center, so I'm pretty close to the police precinct. And then I saw other people's some people were streaming from in front of the police precinct. And I'm like, it's just more like a dance party. So I didn't even bother walking over. But there might be a march that's going on tomorrow. So I'm trying to find out more information about other events that are going on in the city that'd be worthwhile to bring forward on the platform. Other than that, I might just be a normal Trump supporter. I mean, I could always go out in the city wearing this Trump hat, and I'm sure it will create some news.
You will get attacked again. Please don't do that. So Natasan said,
I showed the hat to my dad. I was like, "Oh, I'm glad this came in just before I left." And he's like, "Freaking Jesus Christ! Don't wear that out in that city." I'm like, "But Dad, you wore your hat all over Mexico."
You did. I did fact checkers is true.
And then I switched out the hat, and I was like, "Let me put on my Antifa sucks hat. Let me go and get that for you guys too."
You're crazy. Nadasan said Asian and Polish is a beautiful mix. I am Polish American. You are a very gorgeous woman. Yes,
Thank
she
you.
is. I agree with you. Nadasan said my whole family has been poor, a victim of robbery before, and worked no crime in my family. Besides me, won't go into that. But this may blow you away. I am a rapper. Polish American rapper. I also did time for beating up a big tattooed gang member, wife beater. Oh yeah, he beat up my daughter Luna's mom in front of her, and I went to jail. That is mixed. Yep, the beer is kicking in. Yeah, Nadasan, I'm sorry to hear that you've dealt with some stuff. I appreciate you being open with us. Obviously, it's good that it seems you've come to terms. But what Tara and I have learned is when you're on the internet and you're drunk, you got to be careful with the stuff you say and do. So if you think you've had too many beers, what I would do is turn off the YouTube. I know we're going to lose a viewer, and just drink some water and sober up. Come back tomorrow. That's what I would do. Tara, did you hear the story about Chef Bao Bao today?
No, what happened?
Do you know who Chef Bao Bao is?
No.
All right. So Chef Bao Bao, I've heard of her for years because she is absolutely gorgeous. She's one of the most beautiful girls on Instagram. Chef Bao Bao. And she's a chef, which is awesome. I'm
I like my women in the kitchen.
This happened in New York. This is a crazy story, and it makes me sick. And it's very upsetting. So, yeah, Chef Bao Bao has a cat, 30,000 followers, Instagram star. Scroll down. This cat. I don't even like cats because I'm allergic, but they're starting to grow on me. Look at this cute cat Ponzu.
Aww. Somebody killed her cat?
So what happened is Chef Bao Bao took her cat and her dogs and her bird on a walk through the park with her fiance or her husband, whoever he is. And a child picked up the cat by his leash and picked it up in the air. Basically, was choking the cat, and the cat fell to the ground, which again, cats can usually withstand a fall. But this kid must have done something that just like messed the cat up. The cat landed on the ground, was bleeding on his back. The kid then tripped over the leash that he had just messed around with. Chef Bao Bao and her fiance were like, yo, what the hell are you doing to my cat?
Mm-hmm.
Because the family pet, someone attacks your family pet, you're going to freak out at the parents. Like, duh. So the parents, instead of apologizing and making sure the cat was okay, assaulted Chef Bao Bao and the fiance.
What?
And said, don't you dare talk to my son that way. Don't you, I don't know why I'm snapping like that. Just for effect. Don't you dare talk to my son that way. Why are you bringing your cat on a leash? This is what happens when you bring your cat to a park. Like showing no compassion. Compassion. Some of the attack was caught on video, and the cat died from the injuries. This poor cat died from the injuries. And this happened in New York. And this is Biden's America, because this to me is an Asian hate crime. It's a crime against an Asian person. The people that attacked, I believe, were Latinos, which is interesting because
that's so weird.
according to FBI statistics, they are the least likely group to attack Asians.
To be attacking Asians, yeah, it's like 7% when it's 7% for Latino, and then white on Asian is 24%, Asian in Asian is 24%, and then black on Asian is like 28%.
Yep. So it's just whatever, it happens. This is proof that it happens. Mm-hmm. And as soon as this went public, the Asian community doxed the mother, 42-year-old woman, completely doxed her address, her phone number, everything. And apparently she went on the internet afterwards, was not apologetic at all, kept going off about how the woman was only upset. Bao Bao was only upset because that was her dinner for the night. Like, was going on like racial. I know. This just gets crazier. And then eventually, I'm guessing she got so much heat from the community that she put up a really, really bad apology. Really bad apology. Just like, I'm so sorry. This is a kid, and people are like, "Yo, you can't say
prerequisite to like a serial killer." But okay,
exactly. It's been proven that
wonderful parenting
animals
job there. Wonderful parenting job there. You got a future serial killer on your hand. But I'm thinking also, like, circling back to the earlier points that we were talking
Right.
about, like with Biden's America and
In Cuomo's New
the
York, and Bill de Blasio's New York.
Mhm.
And
So when Biden came into office, he had stopped a lawsuit that Trump had in place and started. It was something about like with either Yale or Harvard and how they were discriminating against Asians. So as soon as Biden took office, he stopped that lawsuit from happening. So the fact that this bill didn't pass, it's consistent with what Biden wanted, and so it's so contrary to the whole Stop Asian Hate. Yes, Adam does have a channel. It's called Adam Francisco. So we are streaming right now to both of our platforms. And so for those of you guys who are watching on Adam's channel,
you're lagging right now a
please
little
also
bit. That's why I'm just letting you go off right now.
Oh, gotcha. For those of us who are watching on Adam's channel, please also check out my channel, Polish American Brotherhood. Let me check my internet speed.
That's right. And then follow me on Polish American Brotherhood, Adam Francisco. We're doing a little bit of a sharing thing. Yeah, you know, I found a video earlier today of the attack. I can't find it right now. Maybe it's on Instagram. Let me see if I can pull it up real quick. But this is can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
You can hear me?
Yes. Can you hear me?
All right,
Mic
cool.
check. Mic check.
So Chef Bow. Yeah. Let's go. Hey yo. This ain't written. No, I'm not gonna freestyle. We don't do that here. So guys, forgive me. I'm on Instagram trying to find this video. Oh, I found the picture of the woman. You want to share that? Put her name out there. Here, let's share in the private chat. That's the woman who the mother. I'm going to blame the mother more than the kid, because at the end of the day, this comes down to bad parenting. I think we all agree on that. And here's the video of the attack. Some of the attack, not the full attack. So there you go. I just sent you the links if you want to pull those up. This is crazy. Crazy stuff. You know what? Can I do it? Let's see. Let's see what's going on. Move tab. Move to new window. Give me 1 second, guys. We're trying to make this happen for you guys. Locked. Okay. Share screen. Yep, I got it. All right. I think I figured it out. Is that you or me? Okay, that's my page. So there's the woman, guys. She got doxxed hardcore. She got super doxxed. Tara's having a sound issue, guys. She'll be right back. But in the meantime, I will show you the video of the attack. Right over here, this is the video of the attack. Well, part of it.
What are you doing? Amado. There, Gabby, where are you going, Gabby? Stay here. Oh my
Crazy. How do you have your child kill? How do you have your child kill a cat and then you attack the owner? How do you do that? How do you do that? It's terrible. So anyway, I hope she gets justice. You can't kill a pet. I have 2 dogs, as you guys know, Raindrop and Cloud. They are my heart And if anybody were to hurt them like that, man, that'll be a crazy day for everybody. Let's just say that. Yeah, Steve Pence. It brings John Wick in all of us, and that's exactly what happened. Chef Bao Bao, the John Wick was summoned in her, but she was outnumbered, and they assaulted her. Let's see. Thanks just came over from PAB. Polish. Oh, PAB, Polish American Brother. I like that. We never used PAB. We always call it Poem. I like PAB. Yep, BitChute, Odyssey, Rumble. You're going to find my stuff on Rumble. As a matter of fact, guys, just today, I wrote a blog post. I'm going to do a shameless plug right now on my website, Be Free My Sheeple. Let's see if I could pull this up real quick for you guys. Stop screen, share screen. Yeah, here we go. Allow. So while Tara, I think she's fixing her sound, I'm going to try to entertain you guys. This is my website, Be Free My Sheeple. I've been updating it a lot more lately. And Instagram today they gave me a third strike. Here you go. It's on Instagram, guys. My account may be deleted. Adam Francisco. They're trying to delete me. They don't like my voice. And these are the 3 posts that I put up that violated their guidelines. December 29th, March 21st, April 22nd. So just yesterday I got a strike. 3 strikes, but I'm not out. But I have made my account private. So if you want to follow me, Adam Francisco, it is private now. I have to accept you. And that's just to let my account cool off for a few months before I start posting content again there. But because I have my own website, I shared the content right here. This is the first video that I got a strike for. You guys might have seen the Twisted Tea incident where they were in a bodega and a white boy kept using the N-word. A black guy had enough, punched him in the face with a Twisted Tea can. So I decided to add some music to that, thinking it'd be funny. Oh, here we go. So I added some music. And the woman in the background is the Soho Karen who accused a musician and his 16-year-old son of stealing her iPhone. You probably heard about that story. I thought this was funny. And they deleted it for harassment and bullying. Post removed for harassment and bullying. It's crazy. My second strike was a month ago. I was in Sayulita, a small little beach town here in Jalisco, Mexico. And this beach town, no one wears masks. Bars open, clubs open, everything's open, no masks. 95% of people, no masks. So I made this video I thought was funny. And I wrote, COVID doesn't exist if you pretend it doesn't. That's sarcasm. And they striked me for medical misinformation. So I got to look, story removed for harmful false information. So I got sarcasm. I got a strike for sarcasm. This is unbelievable. And then the last post was yesterday. This was some kind of scientist. German journalist Samuel Eckert is offering a reward of $1 million for those who can provide irrefutable proof that the COOF exists. By proof, he means isolation of the virus according to Koch's postulates. To date, no one's been able to win the challenge. So this is just a silly little challenge some guy has for $1 million. So I shared that on my Instagram story saying, if somebody wants $1 million, here's a fun challenge for you. And they took it down within a minute. And they gave me my third strike. But the crazy part is they left it up on my Finsta, my Be Free My Sheeple. So what I realized was Instagram isn't targeting content specifically. They're targeting people that post certain content.
And you've been shadow banned also for a while, right? Too on your Instagram, right?
I'm currently shadow banned right now as we speak.
Sorry guys, I lost my my audio actually because my AirPods died. So in order to not have feedback, I'm actually coming to you guys from my iPhone right now.
I want to see.
You can see my.
Oh, you're on 2 screens.
Don't add the other one.
I just added the other one.
So you'll have visual from that one, but the sound is coming from this one because my
No,
AirPods
I'm
are.
jealous.
Huh?
I'm jealous that you got two screens. I'm jealous.
But
Hold
yeah, so
on.
this is my Sony. This one is my Sony over here. Actually, I can flip the. How do I flip this around? I'm in my hotel room right now. So.
Your audio's messed up. All right. So here's how you get shadow banned, guys. This is what shadow banning is. This is one example of shadow banning. You guys could let me zoom in even more. So normally, why is this header? I got to get rid of this header. I think I permanently locked the header on my website. Anyway, so right there, you guys see if you type in lady, just type lady in your Instagram, it's going to pull up Lady Gaga. It's called predictive technology. It's trying to guess who you're typing in to save you time. So if you type in the word Justin, it's going to pull up Bieber, Timberlake. Even if you never searched for these people before, it's assuming that you're most likely searching for Justin Timberlake or Justin Bieber. Makes total sense. Now, if you're a quote-unquote influencer like I am, my name, Adam Francisco, I used to appear number one. But now, look what happens. You could type in almost my entire name, just shy of the last letter, and I don't show up. You have all these people with no followers that show up. I only show up when you type in my full name, Adam Francisco, and that's when I appear. So what they do is they bury you and they don't let you show up in the results to make discoverability much harder. That's an example of being shadow banned, and I'm obviously shadow banned right now, and it sucks. So I have to stop using. I got to stop using that Instagram for now because I don't want to get in trouble. So if you want to see boring shit, go follow Adam Francisco. It's just going to be dog videos and food videos, whatever. But if you want to see the spicy shit, like a spicy meatball, can you do that accent, Tara?
Spicy a meatball. I
go.
don't know. I don't do Italian.
That's better than I should be able to do
No.
it. My family's Italian. How you fucking doing? How you doing? Go to Be Free My Sheeple on Instagram, and that's where I'm going to put all the spicy stuff from now on. So I got to be careful. Yeah, Ryan says it. He notices it. I'm going to
show you guys behind the scenes.
Oh, is that what we're doing? All right. I'm going to go on YouTube live. Wait, you're on StreamYard on your phone, right?
Yeah, I'm on my phone. So this is how the sausage is made. This is the setup I have over here. And I have everything like laid out. I came with a lot of gear. So this is what I had like attached to me and everything. But my selfie stick is also functions as a baton. It's carbon fiber. So I'm going to detach it from myself. The live view over here. The live view. Gimbal. Hotspot. Power bank. But yeah, so you can see it was over here. Like that. So that way I can keep doing the live streams from while on the road.
Awesome.
Where are you streaming? Oh, you're on your phone too?
Yeah, I got another phone too. I could do 3 phones if I want. I could do 3 screens. I could triple screen myself.
Yeah.
Oh, this is crazy. His rap name is Satan Backwards. Would you have further inspired me to create my rock band Justice? No, Wakeham. That's my Polish name. Very cool, man. Do it. Do it live, baby. Do it live. All right, I'm going to turn this off. I'm going to leave the studio from this one. Remove. Bye-bye. Let's remove you here. Which one do you want me to remove?
Oh, well, you have to keep the one with my camera. This one.
Remove that one?
On? Yeah.
Bye-bye. We have no audio now.
Yeah. So keep this one on.
There we go. All right.
Because I have so many headsets back in the studio at home. I bought a really nice I've never spent money on headsets before, and I bought like $100 headset that's good for like being able to listen a lot for the true audio sound for when I edit my work and everything. Didn't bring it with me. I thought I overpacked, and then I'm still here, and I'm like, I wish I had that, because now my AirPods just died. I wasn't monitoring for that, and yeah. So, but go back to just the phone, and it works just fine.
You look good, and show us your hat. That's crazy. You're crazy. I don't have.
a very mild expression of my true feelings. Fuck Antifa, fuck Antifa.
Whose streets? Our
Our
streets.
streets.
Whose streets? Our
Man.
streets.
Man, Adam, remember when we were in DC that the first time in was it November? Yeah, the first like Stop the Steal rally in November, and that was the first time I had ever seen Antifa too, because Adam and I and then one of my other friends, we were on our way to the Trump Hotel. We had reservations there, and then so we get off of our city bikes. We're walking, and next thing I know, I see a bunch of cops just run past me, and I just look at Adam and my friend, and I'm like, bye. And I'm dressed up. I'm in heels, so I'm running my heels towards wherever the police were running, and I'm like, I don't know what's going on, but I want to be there. And I was like, Adam, come on with me. And he's like, oh Jesus Christ, what's she gonna get me into? And then my other friend, she's like, fuck you, Tara, if I'm missing this reservation at the Trump Hotel for this bullshit. And so she starts running in her heels towards the Trump Hotel. And then Adam and I get to the crowd, and there's a bunch of PBs, and I see Antifa with their little umbrellas across, and I'm like, oh, so this is the idea I've heard so much about. And
Crazy,
the crowd just, yeah, fuck Antifa, fuck Antifa. And so I jump in and I start saying, fuck Antifa, fuck Antifa. So all the PBs just look at me and they go, that's the cutest fucking Antifa we've ever heard.
I have that video.
Memories.
I have the video on my YouTube somewhere, but it's unlisted.
Yeah. All of the Stop the Steal content that I had from before is all up on Rumble. I was about to say Bumble, Rumble and BitChute.
I see you've been having fun on out there, and you're probably on Bumble and Tinder and all that stuff. Why not? Why not? You're single. Why not? Am I right?
Yeah.
Why not?
Yeah. Oh my God, I got a Tinder horror story if you guys want to hear something that's not political.
Yeah, let's hear it.
So I went out with this guy that I had met on, I forgot what was the app. It was one of these dating apps that links you when you cross paths. And so I went out with him like a couple of times, and I was kind of dating him, but I knew he had an anger issue. And then I'm like, this is not going to be for me. I have a feeling this guy's going to snap and kill me. And so I broke up with him in Starbucks because every time he got mad, I didn't let this behavior continue too long, but like he'd give me like death threats and stuff. So I'm like, all right, I'm breaking up with you in public. And so fast forward a couple of days ago, my best friend, she's about to go on a date. She usually doesn't tell me like if she's about to go on a date. We don't really talk about frivolous stuff like that. But she does at this. She shows me a picture, and I'm like, no, it's that guy. And so she was about to go out with him. And the thing is, this guy hospitalized the girl after me. He strangled her and he beat her. And I had a feeling that was going to be me if I stayed with him. So I dodged that bullet, and the very next girl after me, he ended up hospitalizing. And I know this because she reached out to me, and she asked me if I knew him to have any violent tendencies. And the thing is, this was in 2018, so I was pretty much off of social media during that year. And so I never saw her message. She messaged me on Facebook. I never saw the message. And then 6 months later, when I saw it, I messaged her back and I said, hey, like, this is what happened in my experience with him and everything. And then she's like, oh, I got my answer. He hospitalized me. She sent me the photos of what he did to her. And so, yeah, so this is the same guy my friend matches on Tinder with. Oh my God. I was so thankful that she told me. She showed me the pictures, and I'm like, it's that guy.
That's crazy. Wow. Well, I'm happy you're safe.
We reported his profile. Profile, but just be careful for those who decide to go on dating apps. There are sickos out there.
Well, the reality is, if he voted Democrat, he would have been able to stay on the platform. But if he was a Trump supporter, they would have taken him down. He could have been like, he abuses women, and they'd have been like, all right, well, what's his political affiliation? Democrat, he's clear to stay. Crazy. So this is the video, Tara, that you're talking about. I found it. Here we go. Let's pull it up.
All right.
Is it not playing?
Yeah.
That shit lags. It's lagging, right? You know what? I can't even send it to you because it's actually I can. It's unlisted. It's not private. Here, private chat. You run it.
Okay.
Private chat. Hold on.
Let me set this thing
Private
down.
chat. There you go.
Let's see. Private chat. Sliding into my DMs, Adam.
Always, you know it. I will forever slide into your DMs, baby girl.
Well, that's the TNA show for you.
You know, I don't have too many dating horror stories that I could think of. I did in LA. I did go on a date, and then she was transgender.
Did she tell you beforehand?
No, but I could kind of sense it as soon as she got into my car. Again, nothing wrong with that. I don't judge. You know, we had a beauty pageant on our show that was a on my channel that was a transgender woman. But I do wish that she had been transparent up front because I would have, you know, told her that thank you for telling me. I appreciate it.
It just wouldn't work. Yeah.
To work. So I felt like, you know, this was 5 years ago. So I just felt like as soon as I had the feeling, once you got in the car, I was like, I don't want to be rude and just be like, get out of my car because that's really rude. Mm-hmm. And I'm sure to her, she probably experienced that before. Yeah. So she probably wouldn't have cared. But I was raised different than that. And so
there's never a reason to ever be mean or
exactly.
Or anything. So
exactly. So I ended up taking her yard house in Marine Del Rey. And we had a drink. I think I had a mint mojito I had a Moscow Mule. She had a Moscow Mule. And then I was like, hey, listen, I got to do some grocery shopping. Trying to give her like some hints to like, you know, that this is over. And she's like, sure, I'll come with you. And I was like, you want to come grocery shopping with me?
Oh,
she's like, yeah.
Nice.
I was like, all right, no problem. So we did grocery shopping, which was, you know, interesting. It was like we were a married couple. And then after that, I drove her home and took her back to her hotel. And was like, have a great day. So it was a nice experience. You know, she was a nice person. But again, it's really wise for trans women to volunteer that in advance because a lot of men can't handle that. That's exactly it. Nate is on. Everyone wants to feel loved and accepted. Exactly. And there's no need for me to be a horror story for her. Like, I'm not that kind of guy. Like, if you're a trans woman, that's fine. You know, we had Cataluna Enriquez on my show. She's gorgeous. There's not a single man watching this stream that would see her photos and think that she was a trans. Like, you wouldn't know that she was a trans woman. Am I right, Tara?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean the pageant winner that we had interviewed, Kat, she's stunning.
You know, before we get into the video of Antifa, let's pull a picture of Catalina Enrique. Let's go to her Instagram. I'll send you a link. Fire it up.
All right.
There we go. Private chat. Boom. God, I'm fast at this thing.
That's because you're not the one loading everything.
Yeah, it's true. But go scroll down a little bit. Look at some of these photos. I don't know. Maybe I just scroll down. It looks like a beautiful woman to me.
Mm-hmm.
Looks like a beautiful woman. Someone just asked if you were trans, Tara.
What? I mean, in a sense, like people tell me I have big balls. So
You do have big balls.
I guess I have some masculine traits about me. So
that's right. But this woman, Cataluna Enriquez, is amazing woman. Really have a lot of respect for her. She's the first pageant winner in Miss Nevada to win in a cisgender pageant, meaning she was competing against all biologically born, assigned at birth women, and she won. So she's on the Miss Nevada track, and maybe she will, you know, do something cool. Who knows? All right, let's go back to the pre-Antifa stuff. This was the video that you first saw them, right, Tara?
Mm-hmm. Let me switch back to it.
Yeah. We're covering all sorts of topics from trans women to Antifa.
Well, that's what happens during the late night session of TNA.
That's right.
Show.
And this has
Alright.
no views, guys, because it's a private video. You can't access it.
Yeah, so this is the first time I ever saw them. And I'm like, oh, such
This is
an idea.
Trump supporters. We got Trump. We got police. And we got Antifa. These idiots.
Fuck Antifa! Oh, you actually heard the guy say, that's the cutest fucking Tifa we've ever heard.
Not one more inch. We love you guys. We'll stop the order.
See, Adam, this is why you became a target. You're like, these Antifa idiots.
Well, the thing is, like, they're burning.
Yeah, they were attacking a lot of Trump supporters here at this rally. Absolutely.
Look,
They were throwing fireworks. They were throwing fireworks into the inside of restaurants.
I don't go to these type of events, though. You know that. I don't go to protests and riots. I only go to like flag waving rallies where it's Trump supporters. I don't go to these kind of things. And if you recall, I was telling you that after things were starting to get a little spicy. I kept telling you, Tara, let's get out of here. Let's go to the bar.
Yeah, actually, I just lit up there, and then I remember when I was filming my intro for that, everyone's like, "Oh, we like your face in in that one," and then Adam's like, "Okay, that's enough footage. Tara, you're dressed to go out and not be knocked out." So he pulls me out, drags me basically to the Trump Hotel, and then so. And so when we're at the Trump Hotel, I'm just like sitting there, like trying to enjoy like drinking and everything. But I'm like, I really want to be out there. And so yeah, I was like, all right, guys, bottles on me. I'm out of here.
That's right. All right, guys. After this video, we're gonna play another fun one for you.
Yoo-hoo!
They literally say the same stuff about us, though. You know, of Trump supporters. So it's like,
Yeah.
we're all saying the same thing about the other side.
Yeah.
If you think about it, it's funny. Like, they call us Nazis, we call them Nazis. They call us fascists, we call them fascists. But if you really look at the textbook definition, we're actually using it more accurately than they are. We're at the Patriots. There's police, and then on the other side is Antifa. So we're kind of. Here's Tara, my little citizen journalist. Which is great. Because the police are here to protect.
Because
Crazy.
that night they were
They stabbed people.
not
That
this night. That was
Oh, the next
another
night.
that was in December that three people that Antifa had stabbed like three people, one of my friends included, and but in this night they were throwing fireworks inside of restaurants where people are dining. They were trying to go inside of the JW Marriott. They were storming the hotel, and
They did it
so
in New York yesterday, 2 days ago.
Mhm.
In New York, they were telling white people, "We don't want you in the city anymore."
Mhm.
I think it's weird. All right, play the next clip for the people. They're gonna love this. This is where we really get spicy at 2 a.m. here on the TNA show. Don't you dare not play it, because then I'll just control the screen. I'll play it from my end.
Let me see. What did you send me? Oh!
New York City. I am contestant number 7 here at Kansas. I'm here promoting my platform, suicide prevention, education, and awareness for
That pose.
Ready? Okay.
Yo, guys, you're about to see Tara's abs, and they scare me.
Oh, people are like, that's a 6-pack. I'm like, 8-pack.
Yeah, your abs they're scary. Make it louder.
Okay.
be engaging in social responsibility and taking care of those who are all around you. Here at Train is a Mindful Life fitness company under the direction of Ben Joseph, who trains fitness competitors, including the reigning Miss New York. As part of her dedication dedication to a healthy and physically fit lifestyle, Tara strength trains.
What's that walk?
And chooses healthy home cooked meals over takeout.
Hey, I kick like a horse too, so.
Contestant number Tara Shapansky. From the exotic Polynesian island.
How much of this do you want me to
Tara will
play?
be performing a contemporary
You guys want to see me shake my
the
booty?
drums and haunting chants of Jungle by last poet
at night.
As part of her talent, Tara designed and created her
It's
own
funny because,
original
like,
costume.
when I was
Please
doing
welcome
interviews
Tara
afterwards,
Shapansky.
after I was attacked by Antifa in January, all the articles that came out was like, oh, you know, former pageant queen now turned like Antifa like journalist. So I make my costumes as well.
Very impressive.
Dun, 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 dun.
Is this really cool? Is this Philippines?
This is
Polynesian.
Polynesian. It is a very modern twist. Like any Polynesian dancer would be like, you know, this is very different. But I wanted to up the entertainment value for Miss America and everything. So I mixed in a lot of things that were non-traditional for doing a Polynesian dance. Oh yeah, actually one of my like self-defense tactics, if you stand next to me and I hit you with my hip, I can toss you into a wall. No joke.
Wow, look at those moves. Oh wow, you're going wild. You're going wild now.
I think when we do the post of this, Adam, we're going to have to, I'm going to actually mute this part. Oh, sorry.
Okay, go
When
to
we
the
do
next
the post of this, Adam, we're going to have to. There.
Go to the next clip after this. Look how beautiful
So-
you look at that.
I muted it, otherwise the music's gonna. There we go. Hopefully it gets lowered
We
here.
got Purple Pearls. We'll talk about the police after this next
Many
video.
school districts around the country have been hit by serious budget cuts, prompting the need for creative fundraising campaigns. What fundraisers do you think you would be interested in participating in and would be enjoyable to attract other participants?
I think a great idea for fundraisers would be bringing in cultural diversity talent shows. Especially here in New York, 33% of the residents are actually born outside of the United States. So we have such a diversity here, and we can promote our children to be learning about other cultures and tolerance, and then raise funds for the schools.
Metropolitan competing this summer at Miss New York 2011 is contestant number 8, Tara.
Were you really crying there, or was it fake?
No, this was my last year competing, and actually I had won the Miss Brooklyn crown before this in New York, and that crown was stripped from me. So I was very concerned about recompeting, and so you could see I put in a lot of work into the competition to be ready for it. And so that's why this win meant the world to me, because I was stripped from the Miss Brooklyn crown earlier that year. And that was because like they allowed me to compete, but then negated my residency afterwards because they applied new rules that were not in the Miss America rules, that they set my residency not with when I actually moved to New York. They set my residency to be after the Miss Florida pageant, because when I was in New York, I flew back down to Florida and competed for Miss Florida.
Mm.
And then but I disclosed all of that, and they approved me to compete. And I like, my honest feelings about that was that they allowed me to compete to have the numbers needed at the Brooklyn pageant in order to reward 2 titles. And they didn't know me in New York, so they didn't expect for me to win. I mean, I didn't expect to win. I just kind of jumped into it. And so yeah, so like the day after I won a title in Brooklyn, they told me I needed to step down, which was at the time horribly embarrassing for me, because I'm like, why did you let me compete if you're now saying that I was not eligible to have competed? And so when I was debating what actions to be taking at that time, I was like, I wanted to appeal it to the National Miss America board, but my mom told me, like, you know what, you're gonna win. So if you recompete, so just let this go and be gracious about it and let it go, re-enter and win. So, and win at a time that nobody can contest, because with how much pain you're experiencing right now from having a title removed from you, imagine if you were to compete for Miss New York, win Miss New York, and then somebody try and come after you about your local title and negate your local title, which would then negate your state title. So instead of fighting it, I accepted the decision for it, and I re-entered with a vengeance, and I did very well at the state competition. I won the fitness competition there too.
Amazing, amazing. Go to the next video I sent you.
Gotcha.
It's also you, and when I watch this video, it's like you're the same exact person today. Although you're probably more hardened now after you've been assaulted.
I'm pretty numb. So
that's what I'm saying. I was going to say,
I just find everything funny. So
hey guys, Bible Life TV here.
This is my trainer.
It's your boy Ben, Yosef, the Prez.
Let me see if I can jump ahead.
Camera's gonna be. Or
I look
she just joined us.
Such a goofball.
Tara.
Hi.
Hi. How are you?
I'm good.
We were just about to do progress photos, so I'm in my swimsuit underneath this.
Awesome. So a couple months ago, we actually had you in here doing a quick interview.
Yes.
You know, and before I get into this, you know, one of the things I love about this My Life TV thing is no one's prepared. No one's warned that the video camera's going to be turned on them, and everybody does so great. So that's awesome. Tara did not know I was going to throw the camera at her here, but she's a professional. She's Miss Metropolitan, most likely Miss New York, hopefully. So you got to be ready for this. You never know when the cameras are going to roll. So a couple months ago, we had you in here doing a video. I think we were maybe 7 weeks out or 9 weeks away from the Miss Metropolitan or the Miss New York City. What do you actually call the pageant?
Well, it was called the City Sweepers.
Oh, got it.
So they awarded 6 titles during the competition, and I'm very happy I walked away with one of them.
Yeah. So how many total titles are given away preparing for the Miss New York pageant?
This year there are going to be either 21 or 22 titles, young women competing for the title of Miss New York.
Across the state of New York.
Yes.
20 to 21 titles are given away, and you snagged one of those titles.
Yes.
That's awesome. Miss Metropolitan. So
God, I look so young there.
Right now? Are you excited or what?
Of course I'm excited. I'm pumped and ready to start training for the next 3 months to get ready for the Miss New York pageant. Thankful I did a lot of my training before the local competition.
Definitely.
So I feel all I have to do from this point is really maintain, polish, fine-tune the details, but the hardcore training happened before the Miss Metropolitan.
And you look awesome. I mean,
I got a lot of great feedback. The judges were asking me, who do you train with? How do you look like that? You've inspired me to go back to the gym.
That's awesome. You look great. I was very pleased, very happy and excited when
Definitely
I saw
the TNA show, Adam.
Bikini performance. I mean, it was awesome. So now we're getting ready for Miss New York. We have 3 months here.
Ever upward.
And we're gonna
it's so
get back to it here. So right after the pageant, which was last week, what was that?
It was held on the 13th.
13th, so that was about a week and a half ago.
Mm-hmm.
You immediately left the country
here.
with your mother to do some traveling.
The first thing I did as soon as I got a title was flee the country. It was my spring break. So I went to England and to Belgium and enjoyed a lot of pastries.
Awesome. But you look like you maintained the physique for the most part, but I mean, you got to cut loose, you got to enjoy yourself a little bit, and I'm glad you were able to do that. So now we're back hitting the ground running here. Today's the second day of training, and we're going to take some pictures and see what kind of damage you did over that vacation. All right. Awesome. So stay tuned, guys.
So adorable, Tara. I love that video of you.
You know what? Remember how let's see. What had happened, so I was experiencing a lot of online bullying last summer when I was speaking out my views, and actually it got pretty bad. There was one point that I didn't know how to handle it. Like, I didn't even come out of my room for like 2-3 days at one point because the online hatred I was having for just saying my views. And this was even before I realized that, I was speaking conservative values. Because I had traveled and had been out of the country for like almost 2 years. So I was, in a sense, like not conditioned to what was going on in America or really aware of it with being abroad. And so I was looking at things from a very fresh perspective when I came back. And then so when the riots were happening last summer and when I saw all the destruction that was being made, and I didn't see, when I watched the footage of Floyd's death, I didn't see it as a race issue. I saw a police brutality issue, like from watching what had transpired, but I didn't see it as racially driven. So when I started posting my opinions and expressing myself, it was met with such vitriol and such hatred that I'm like, how is defending the Kosciuszko statue equivalent to saying, like, for people to die? And so actually the director for Miss New York attacked me online. I was with Adam at the time, and that was the only real like comment that kind of like really went for the jugular. And it was very inappropriate coming from the Miss America organization. Do you remember that, Adam?
I remember that comment. Yeah, that was crazy.
Yeah,
that is the most textbook ad hominem attack that you could have possibly done.
He went straight for the jugular, and I had already dealt with months and months of bullying. And so I had wiped my Facebook of all of my opinions, and I was going to shut up. I took down all of my opinions. I said I was not going to be political. I almost deleted my Facebook. And that's how Adam and I had reconnected, was because he's one of the very few people, if only person, that actually stood up for me online. And also, that's the first time you posted another topless video of you. But Adam chimes in defending me to this Miss America New York director. Again, so inappropriate. And then so Adam chimes in shirtless, my knight in no armor. And defended me there too. And actually, it was like even 2 Miss Americas jumped in on that thread defending me, and then several like state title holders calling out like the Miss America organization to how inappropriate for attacking me because of my views. And people were always saying it was for
your views. He attacked you for your body, your face. He basically said
he was shaming me. He was shaming me, and he said all that stuff, and I'm like, you do remember I was the swimsuit winner, right? I mean, I was a fitness winner, and he was body shaming me.
And pageants are about women empowerment, and so he's here trying to tear down a woman. It was mind boggling. So, yeah, you were getting a lot of shit. I remember that. You really took a lot of heat, and I don't think you were prepared for that, right? You weren't mentally
I wasn't at all. So I'd never like experienced bullying to that extent. So I didn't know how to react to that. And so my first instinct was actually shutting down. And like I said, I didn't leave my room for like 2-3 days. I thought I did something really bad. I was going to wipe out. I wiped clean my Facebook profile. I was going to shut down my social media accounts. And but after kind of like contemplation, I'm like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm like, you're not. I'm a very chatty person, so you're not going to shut off my opinion. And the more they came at me, the more I started pushing back. And then people started privately messaging me on my Facebook saying, "Thank you for standing up. I'm in a position that if I were to voice what you're saying, which is what is the truth, I'll be fired." And so I got more private messages from people just on my Facebook saying, "Thank you for speaking, because I can't speak because I'll get fired from my job." Or, when we interviewed that one business owner, he's like, "I'm afraid if people knew I was a Trump supporter, they'd come and burn down my business." Like, that's how bad it was the threats and the bullying that we were experiencing. Like, I was afraid of wearing a Trump hat to go out in public. So in which case, how do I greet fear? I put on that Trump hat and I went out in public.
That's right. I remember, I was in it for a while, and what I found was it was like a mating call. If another Trump supporter saw you doing it, they just felt the need to come up to you, thank you for doing it. They were happy that you were doing it, and I think people gain a lot of respect for us, especially if they were Trump supporters for going out there and doing that. The one thing I will say is, when I became a Trump supporter, you were public before I was, I think, in terms of your expressing conservative views, because you were against BLM from the beginning.
Yeah,
you were
it was common sense to me. I mean, like, if they're using domestic terrorism to be accomplishing their goals, in which case, if you're using terror to accomplish whatever political statement, that makes you by definition a domestic terrorist organization. But so that was among my first posts, was to call BLM a domestic terrorist organization, and differentiating from the statement of Black Lives Matter, but the organization itself. And with that, I just saw people using violence to accomplish a goal, and I'm not for that. I'm not in support of violence. Nobody has the right to ever assault you or to burn down your business, or I saw them attacking statues, and then for me that makes me very weary when you're going after history. So because I'm familiar with my father's background being a communist refugee, these are how communism gets hold. They disarm the people. They divide people. They take down the statues. Any kind of like national pride, anything that you're going to be proud of, they get rid of it, because it removes your sense of identity. And when you remove a person's sense of identity, that's when people are susceptible to surrender their liberties and freedoms. And that's exactly what I saw going on. And so, yes, I became very critical of BLM from the start. And I said BLM, when I look at the letters, if it's being used for violence, I see a swastika. I see KKK. I see everything that is hatred now being associated with these letters, which is going to be counterproductive to the movement that is trying to be accomplished. So actually, I was giving some practical advice that don't use violence and hate if you're trying to promote a message of peace and unity. So,
yeah, no, I'm with you. The difference between me and you, though, is when I became a Trump supporter, and we'll get to the LeBron tweet next, but when I became a Trump supporter, I was so prepared for all the stuff I was going to get into. I knew that I was going to be insulted. I knew I was going to be doxxed to a degree. Still freaked me out when we got doxxed that time. But I kind of knew what I was going to get into, and it was a calculated risk on my part, because I realized by being self-employed, I was in a unique position that I was able to use my voice without having to worry about cancel culture. People could only cancel me on a personal level, but they can't take away my livelihood. And I just felt, you know what? I really did support Trump from a good place. And I wanted to make that clear from a good place. And that's why if you watch my videos on YouTube, all the videos we did interviewing people, I never got triggered. I never got into debates. I never insulted anybody. I let people explain why they support Biden, and that's fine. I didn't really care. I just had my opinion, and I was very proud of that. So let's go to LeBron.
Another reason that I wasn't, in a sense, like prepared for it was I didn't realize I was communicating conservative values. I didn't, and therefore stepping outside of the liberal narrative. And so when I said the same things that everyone else had in the past, I was never attacked for it. And my conservative friends, like they never attacked me. So I was never attacked by conservatives. And then I was in a position where my own party, people who supposedly had the same values as me, were attacking me. So they, in a sense, then made me into a Trump supporter, because that opened my eyes and sent me on my own little rabbit hole to understand what is going on and where's this hatred coming from. And with that, I started looking into what has Trump actually done, because I thought he was a racist. I thought he was misogynist. I thought for sure with the grab him by the pussy comment when he was running in 2016, I was like, that's it. Like, I like every argument that liberals had against Trump was in my head.
Yep. Yeah, me too. We were both brainwashed. It's pretty funny how far we've come. All right, so let's talk about this tweet by LeBron James. A few people have asked in the comments. Sorry it took us so long to get to it, but we really had to show Tara's pageant videos. That was very important for us to do.
Thanks, Adam.
LeBron tweeted this. Did you see this, Tara?
Yeah, I did.
And there's a new camera angle that came out of the shooting, And on the new camera angle, I don't think you realize, Tara, Micaiah Bryant was not only already in the stabbing motion towards the woman, but she was inches away from stabbing her in the face, inches away. Because as she fell down, I kid you not, on the new camera angle where you could see the side of the knife.
You know what? I haven't seen the second camera angle.
As she was falling down after getting shot, the knife literally looks like it went like this to the girl.
That
like,
cop saved her life.
Her life. I'll say this: it definitely saved her from a disfiguration of some sort, of a traumatic disfiguration.
Well, if it came to her neck, it could have killed her.
Right.
Like that girl was trying to kill her.
Worst case, death, 100%. And so when you say Black Lives Matter, Black lives did matter. He saved a woman's life. That's the bottom line. And, you know, some people are saying he could use a taser. Tasers are not very effective. They are effective, but they have a greater range of misfiring or making a mistake or not attaching or not subduing the subject. And I'll tell you this much. Based on how fast it went that moment, if he got a taser out, she probably would have still been able to stab that girl.
Yeah.
She would have had enough time to do that. So, again, why did he shoot her 4 times? He aimed for the center of mass to neutralize and render her down. And it's unfortunate that that day she picked up a knife and tried to stab somebody. And we're overlooking that fact. Like, that's a big fact. Do you know what I'm saying? And everybody out there, if they have if it's them or a child that was about to get stabbed, they would be thankful for the police. They would not say, wait, why did you kill that person? There were other methods. They would say, no, thank you for saving my life. So the fact that people are harping on this police officer is the most extreme example of moral grandstanding that I could think of.
I'm sure that the girl that was in pink, her parents are probably so thankful.
That's just the bottom line. So let's talk about LeBron James. I think this is a foolish move. He's got a movie coming out soon, Space Jam. And, you know, this is definitely going to have people not want to see it legally, not want to pay for the movie. They're probably going to stream it now. I mean, look what happened to Mulan. Mulan got destroyed when people realized, you know, what they were doing to the Uyghurs. And I feel that Space Jam is going to also take a hit. Plus, there can only be one Space Jam, Michael Jordan. And I'll be honest, I thought the next movie looked pretty damn good. I'm not going to lie. I'm disappointed. I will not be spending any money on Space Jam 2. What did you think about this?
You know, I heard earlier clips from like 2016 when he actually said, he said that he doesn't think that all cops are bad and that he thinks that all lives do matter. And so he had said that in the past, and for things that are common, it's common sense to that not all cops are bad and that all lives do matter. That's just common sense. So he was a little bit more on the common sense side at that time. So when you're saying like moral grandstanding and virtue signaling, yeah, like that's what's the in thing to do to be a social justice warrior. And so now he's not communicating that common sense that he once did in 2016, and he's saying something incredibly stupid. Because like it's good that like as I've been following kind of the online space of how people are responding to it, like I do see people still say, you know, like let's march for this, and but I see a lot of people speaking up saying it's common sense. She was about to kill the other girl. And so there's a lot of pushback in this situation that I am proud of people speaking up because and voicing their opinion, because I think that if this was still maybe earlier in time, people would be less willing to speak up against BLM. But I think more people are becoming more vocal and realizing, waking up to BLM as, you know, this Marxist organization, and it's not true. The organization is not true to the words that it's saying.
Yeah, and I was even watching Young Turks earlier today. I like to watch Young Turks because what's funny is I used to love the Young Turks. I used to watch, and that's where I was like, my source of information was Young Turks, super liberal. And it's funny, now I watch them for entertainment and also just to hear what the other side is, the side that I used to be a part of. It's very bizarre. But even Cenk, I don't know how to say his name, Cenk, the male co-host, whatever his name is, even he said today the killing of Ma'Khia Bryant was different because she wasn't about to stab somebody else. So even they acknowledge the situation of Ma'Khia Bryant is not your typical Black Lives Matter where a white cop wrongfully killed a black girl. In this case, I'm not going to say he rightfully killed her, but he justifiably killed her. That's the difference. And I think that they exactly. Muse Muser said yuck to Young Turks. I know. I used to love Anna Kasparian. I still think she's hot, but I don't align with them anymore. I love Steven Crowder. He triggers the left so hard.
Oh, he's fantastic. I watch him pretty religiously.
If you guys know him, tell him that he should put us on his show. We would love to be there. I mean, for us, I think for me and you, Tara, that's like the next thing to get our YouTube career to the next level would be to be featured on like a bigger podcast. Like if we can get on a Tim Pool, a Brandon Tatum, a Candace Owens, a Steven Crowder, just one of those shows, you then get on all the shows. Do you know what I'm saying? I think your story is obviously stronger than mine because not only do you still live in the U.S., but you attend the riots, you have all the equipment, you love the riots, you're a beauty pageant person, you got a great story. Me, just a decently intelligent person, and I like to create content. So I'm going to tag along on your coattails when we finally get there. And
Hey, you're also like the one that showed me how to do social media. Don't forget that. Like when we first started out and everything. So because I didn't have much of a channel, I was uploading maybe once every like 2 months, a history video. So it really like for me, it started when we started hanging out. Because like, what was it? I think because the first time we just like went out to dinner, and then I think a month later when you were in town, I was like, hey, let's wear Trump hats. Yeah, I remember that. I was like, let's wear Trump hats and go out. And you're like, let's wear Trump hats and film it.
What did we drink that night at that restaurant? What did we drink? Do you remember?
When we went out with the Trump hats?
No. The first time we had dinner in Winter Park.
Sake?
What was it?
Probably sake. It was probably sake because like we were having sushi.
Oh, the Japanese place you're talking about.
Yeah.
Oh, Sushi Pop. No, I was talking about we went out to like the nice dinner.
Oh, the other place in Winter Park. Gotcha. It was pork. It was pork belly, right? I love pork belly.
It was old fashions with bacon inside.
I think that was because I hadn't gone out. I was in quarantining basically, and not going out or anything. So you had encouraged me to go out. I was like, okay, I'll step out into a restaurant. But yeah, I definitely missed
you were
having a regular life.
Yeah, you were quarantined. You were taking it pretty seriously compared back then.
Yeah.
Because you live with your parents, so it made sense that you should have been more. More. What's it called? Cautious is the word.
Yes.
Somebody says AOC versus Tara debates.
I would love to debate her. Bring it. I remember one time somebody said a drunk Tara is probably better at debating AOC than AOC would be able to. I'll debate her drunk and still win.
Yeah, she does a lot of unhinged things. Yeah, Ryan. So Tara made us wear Trump hats out. Let's open up that video again, Tara, because it's really cute.
Yeah, I just remember it because like I told you I'm going to wear a Trump hat out, and people are saying like don't wear a Trump hat out. People are going to attack you, and this is me. I'll wear a Trump hat out because here's the thing: it's wrong to attack a person for wearing a Trump hat. It's not like I was trying to look at offering myself as some sacrificial lamb for it, but I was like, I'm going to wear the Trump hat out because I shouldn't be attacked for wearing it.
Right. All right, pull it up in the back ends. Do your thing.
Did you send me the link?
Yeah, in the private chat.
Oh, got it.
It lags on my computer for some reason when I play clips. Like when I was doing your after the verdict, it was all lagging.
This is our first video it was the Make America Great Again, the Again tour.
I had to wipe that out of my channel. I took away all the Make America Great Against verbiage. Oops.
Whoa, what are you doing?
No, nothing. You
play. All right. Gotcha.
Are we really supposed to walk around like this?
You feel it, right?
Yeah, I feel it. I feel the scorn. Thank God this place is pretty empty right now, but we'll get some opinions about two people of color who support Donald Trump. I was so uncomfortable. Oh, man, I feel uncomfortable. You know what? They say that you got to get comfortable with being uncomfortable. And that would describe this moment right now. We live? Yeah. So what do you think about my hat?
I love your hat.
How do you feel about Joe Biden's pick?
Oh my God. Worst ever.
You think it's the worst ever?
Mm-hmm.
Why is it the worst ever?
Because he's a moron.
Okay. That's a very honest, brute opinion. Are you from New York City?
Yeah.
Okay, you're honest. That's why I thought you might be from New York. Cool. Thanks for the compliment. Yeah. Trump 2020.
Kanye for 2020 president.
Are you really voting for Kanye?
Kanye.
Yo, Kanye's getting some votes.
Kanye.
Yo, he's gonna steal the votes.
If we don't have Trump, we're gonna have hell. Like we've never
I
seen
love
before.
this
Not
guy.
only that, but you know what? That's like giving in to bullies anyway. Who wants to give in to a bully? Let's face it, that's what's going on. You guys are wearing your Trump hats because you know what? You're saying, fuck it, I'm going to have courage. You think you know what you're going to talk about? Come up to me and tell me you're smarter than me. You know what you're talking about. Or if you're going to try to use anger and bulliness, then go right ahead, bring it on. I don't give a shit. Try it, right? That's why you guys are doing it. And I wish more people in America were like you guys, had enough guts to actually stand up and not be afraid.
Hey,
Hi.
look at those beautiful eyes and that beautiful hat.
Am I smiling with my eyes?
Yeah, you're definitely smiling with your eyes. You look wonderful. It's because you got that hat on. Oh, yeah. So, Tara, tell me about the Polish American
This was my
Brotherhood.
first Trump hat.
Hi everyone.
This is
I'm
my very
Sarah
first Trump
Ponz,
hat.
and I'm with the Polish American Brotherhood. We're a YouTube channel focused on fostering relations between Poland and America.
You had no followers back then.
Yeah. I had like maybe 40.
History of America to present day. President Trump has been a pivotal leader to unifying relationships between Poland and America, which has a very long history, and we're focused on promoting that.
Very, very nice. I like your pink Trump hat. Now, for my viewers who don't know your background, you don't look Polish. So explain your background, how you are part of the Brotherhood.
So I'm actually
Part of the Brotherhood.
I'm half Polish and half Filipino. So I'm a Polopino. So Polish Americans for Trump.
Very nice. And also hashtag women for Trump.
Hashtag women for Trump. Hashtag Filipinos for Trump.
That's right. Cheers.
Margarita.
Donald Trump. Cheers to Tara. Cheers to the Polish American Brotherhood.
Nostrovia.
Nostrovia. And I will admit,
This is like a walk down memory
I
lane.
am a little bit nervous that Trump is going to lose in November. I'm a little nervous. I'm definitely itchy. I don't think it's a lock. I'm itchy. But at the same time, I was right. I know that there's a silent majority out there, people that are scared to share their opinion, scared to speak up, in fear of repercussions from the media, repercussions from their social network, from the coastal elites. People don't want to get fired. You know, if you support Trump today, that's a fireable offense.
It really is
Just for
worse
supporting
now.
The president. So I
Yeah.
understand people
Yeah.
are being silent, but
Everything we're
one thing I
saying
like about
back
Tara
then.
is she thinks that there are a lot of good people out there that are Trump supporters, and if you're
But
a
it's
good
worse
person,
now.
you should be more vocal about
It's
being a
worse.
Trump supporter so that we can shift the narrative. I love the LGBTQ community. I go
Where'd
to all
that
the
come
parades, and I'm a Trump supporter. I really do believe that you could be both at the same time.
Absolutely.
Right? Do you agree?
Absolutely. Also, from an immigrant standpoint, like I'm a first generation American, daughter of two immigrant parents.
Why do I feel like I look like such a child just last year?
Because you were not as jaded as you are now. Now you have a dark soul.
He was before Democrat,
Once you
and
get
after
assaulted by
switched
Antifa,
to
it changes you.
being a Trump supporter
Amazing.
in the
Yeah.
last, like, two
Yeah.
years.
Amazing.
That was
See,
terrifying
so
what you went through.
I don't think that Trump supporters are a monolith.
You're
just like
what?
no group
That
is
was
a monolith.
terrifying what you went through.
And Tara and I are here to kind of help shift the perspective, perception, and perspective as we get ready for election season. So let's go out.
This
Let's
was
try to get some reaction.
this was August because I think I had just raised
And, yeah,
my
hopefully
my
we can
Trump
video for you
flag
guys.
saying Trump's got
We're
balls.
gonna finish these drinks. See you in a bit. Bye.
Yep.
We need some liquid support for this. So.
Yeah, I needed a drink before I went into this. I gotta admit, guys, I'm a little
Liquid courage.
uncomfortable wearing this hat in public.
My little puppies.
All right, we're live. I wanted to put the mask on. Safety, guys. Would you grab a beer with Donald Trump?
I would, but I wouldn't feel real comfortable sitting with him. He's just not my type, I guess.
It's a fair point.
Just like a girl, when you're in the dating days and you get a girl who's not your type.
I hear that. And for the record, who do you think is going to win the election?
Well, I think Biden is.
And who do you want to win the election?
At this point, probably I want Biden to win. Because, especially because he's going to have a female running mate. I want to see a female president.
That's a fair point. You know, I was actually
Absolutely. Let's not
gonna vote for Hillary
judge a
in
person
2016
by their content
because I thought
of
it'd be great to
character.
see a woman
Let's
as
judge them for what they got
president.
between their legs.
I ultimately Yep, did not vote. that's basically what he said. He says, I just want a woman. I don't care who it is. I'm voting for. Trump train. Choo choo.
What was your reaction when you first saw him with the Trump hat?
I just kind of sighed and went, they're wearing Trump hats. But I like you. You're really nice.
Hey guys. Oh, there's one on your shoulder. Who do you think's going to win, Biden or Trump? Trump. Good job, parrot. That's a smart parrot. Trump 2020. That's right. I think I paid $20 for that, guys. Who do you think is going to win, Biden or Trump? What's your prediction?
Trump.
Oh, the Trump train. Hey.
I'm not really on the train, but
I'm on the Trump train. Hey. Choo choo. Are you on the Trump train?
I don't vote
Why don't you vote?
because I'm not a resident.
Where are you from?
I'm from Venezuela.
Oh, Venezuela. Venezuelano? So if you were American, who would you vote for?
Oh, Trump train. There was literally a train that was coming by.
Choo choo.
There
Get
it
on
is.
board or get run over. Or, yeah. So first, I noticed that you're really tall.
Yeah.
So congratulations on that.
Thank you.
High
Secondly, I
privilege.
noticed the red American flag shirt. Does that mean that you're a Trump supporter?
Yes, I am a Trump.
You are.
Yeah.
Where are you from?
I'm born and raised in Florida.
Nice. Where do you think? I mean, why do you think he's going to win?
I think he's going to win because we have a silent majority. I just feel like the liberal media is kind of taking over, but I think we have a silent majority, and I think we're going to win because of that.
How old are you?
I'm 16.
16. America's in good hands.
Yeah.
You're a good patriot. Thank you.
No problem.
We'd like to know who you think is going to win at the election and who you want to win for the election. Honest.
He's fun as hell. This guy.
Honestly, I haven't voted in I don't know how long. I ain't voted in years. But I ain't voted in a long time.
Okay, there you go. But who do you think is going to win?
Everybody don't like him, but you know what? I fuck with Trump, though. I fuck with Trump. Right.
She was funny.
So who do you think is going to win the election and who do you want to win the election?
Trump and Trump, of course.
Trump and Trump. Amazing.
Go Trump. Vote for Trump.
Vote for Trump.
Yeah.
Trump. Come here. Come in the video. Come in the video. Come in the video.
God, I was
But who you
so
voting
Disney
for?
back then.
Do you think he's going to win?
You were.
I was so Disney, and now I'm just like, fuck Antifa.
Are you feeling a little nervous about it?
Yeah, a little bit, just because of how crazy some people are these days.
I'm with you. Now you.
Yes.
Why don't you like? Is your boyfriend? Yeah. So your boyfriend likes Trump.
She's like
What
not
you?
thrilled
What do you
about that.
I don't care. I'll try.
You're indifferent. But you're not on the Trump train, right?
No.
So you don't like my hat. All right, she don't like my hat. All right. Good luck. Good luck, Trump 2020.
Who do you want to win and who do you think is going to win?
My God, Donald Trump.
That's right.
Baby. Trump 2020.
How old are
Good
you?
memories. We did a lot of
So you
episodes. It
can
was
vote.
good.
Yes, sir.
Oh, you're a good patriot.
Yes, sir.
Amen.
Absolutely.
I first saw you. I thought you voted for Biden because you're wearing blue.
Oh,
but
we
you're
already
not.
saw this guy. We can skip him.
Who you voting for?
Hell no. If we vote for Biden, we're going to destroy.
We're gonna destroy this country. And what's going on? He predicted the future.
He did.
Go Trump train. Choo choo.
Thank you.
I just ran into this family from New Jersey. I'm
Oh
from
yeah,
New
these
York
guys are
City.
good.
right, cool.
Who do you think's going to win the election?
Trump.
Listen,
Yeah?
it's going to have to be Trump.
You even got the kids saying Trump. Are you Trump?
What's this? You want to freak out? Why you like Trump?
He's way better.
Why you hated Hillary? Do you remember?
Why you hate Hillary?
That's from a 10-year-old.
That's amazing. You know what? They're
Alright,
raising.
that's
This is the future of
pretend
America. We're in good hands.
Donald Trump.
You vote for Donald. I mean, I could tell because of the mask. What do you think about Kamala Harris as his pick? Do you have an opinion on that?
No opinion on that, Rich.
You're cool with it?
I'm fine with it.
You're neutral. But still, Trump Pence, baby, right?
Absolutely.
Good patriot.
Thanks, buddy.
I have
These were so fun.
Oh, that won't get a music strike, right?
All right, let's turn the video off.
Yeah.
There we go. So someone asked, are we keeping it a secret or just scared of that Friends thing? Oh, the love is oozing, they said. The love is oozing. You two on the left.
Oh, actually, let's
tell them the truth. We were married and we got divorced.
We'll talk about that in a little bit.
We're normal
I'm joking, guys.
people.
But I'm going to jump ahead to this part.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Because this is the video we did about
So the one thing
bravery.
I'm surprised about is how many people are commenting on our courage and really saying to us that we should be proud of ourselves to be, out here wearing Trump hats because, it's sad that this is considered such a dangerous thing that you put a Trump hat on and all of a sudden you're exposing yourself to harm and injury. I mean, to me, that's absurd. We should be allowed to be Trump supporters and, we shouldn't be punished or penalized for that. That's just the reality. Stay woke.
A lot of people have been messaging me saying that I'm brave for doing this. This is nothing brave. To wear a hat and go out and a hat in public isn't something that should be considered brave. It's normal. It's kind of sad that this is something that is considered brave, but it's true. When people are messaging me saying, be careful, you could get hurt, there are going to be people who don't like him and would hurt you just because they don't like him. Like, we should
Totally predicted the future as they chased me saying, she's a Trump supporter, get her!
When this becomes a
This is
threat,
crazy.
like, this is now considered brave.
And you could see our liberal ideology was still here in this video.
Mm-hmm.
I respect Rosa Parks, though, 100%. Rosa Parks is what she did was amazing.
Yeah. Like, these are instances of true bravery.
But I think we put Colin Kaepernick in here, which I will say is brave. It is bravery to do that, but I think you got to stand for the flag. And we got a lot of video. Two beautiful Filipino girls.
All right.
Two Trump supporters. Is that right? You're a Trump supporter now? Oh, this is a funny energy you had.
Oh, even MAGA.
Damn it, you can't.
Oh, go back. That's Bryson Gray, right?
Yeah!
Trump train, baby! Keep America great. That's right.
Hey, Donald Trump is your president, if you like it or not. Keep the energy you had.
Damn it, you can't handle the truth. After a long day of talking to, ironically, a lot of Trump supporters, winding down, it was a good day. It was a good day. So it's a celebratory drink that we have tonight. So, if you like what you saw today, feel free to subscribe to our channel. I'm Tara Shapansky with the Polish American Brotherhood. I give a shout out to Adam Francisco, and we hope you join us for more.
Well, hey guys, thanks for watching. As I always say, if you guys like this video, please subscribe. If you do not like this video, please subscribe. And let us know what you guys think in the comments. Who you guys voting for? And who do you think is going to win? You might be voting for Trump, but think Biden's going to win. Let us know. We want to hear that feedback. Anyway, guys, thanks again for watching. Follow the Polish American Brotherhood. Follow Adam Francisco. And be free.
Hey, Donald Trump
is your president.
Great song. Great song.
Not. I love that song.
Hey, Ryan, we're actually supposed to have a stream with Bryson Gray soon. So he's supposed to be in our channel at some point soon in the near future. So stay tuned for that. He Bryson Gray lives in a content house, meaning he shares a house with other content creators. And one of those girls is Danielle Ray, who is actually our first guest on the TNA show. So hopefully we're going to meet other people in that house. Bryson Gray's one of them. That'll be pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
So the love. No, me and Tara are like awesome. And we don't want to mess that up. A lot of people in our situation mess it up because they feel like the only endpoint or the only solution would be like a relationship, right? And the reality is the world isn't as binary as that. You need to be able to like be flexible with your relationships at some point. So I think me and Tara, had we met when we were younger, which we did, that's why we didn't talk for 8 years. We would not have had the maturity individually to be in this kind of friendship or this relationship. But now I'm 37. She's, how old are you, Tara?
34.
34. We're
Forever 21.
We're a lot more mature now than we were, and so we're able to have this kind of friendship that wasn't possible years ago. So
Plus, I think I already give you a heart attack as it is now.
yeah, I couldn't. No, I mean,
he's like, all right, Tara, you're getting out of here. I'm like, no, let me stay.
Yeah, the only reason why you'd be a flag for me to date would be because you are so impulsive and you're a huge risk taker. And that would give me.
Do you know my mom before going to DC the first time when you came in November, because I was already there for a couple of months or a couple of weeks, and my mom messaged you, right?
Yeah, she was worried about you, and I told her, I said, look, Tara does her own thing. The more you tell her not to do something, the more she's going to do it. And so that's why I think, first of all, I love freedom. You love freedom. Relationships by nature. Traditional relationships, they don't work for people like us currently. Maybe in the future that'll change for you, right? Maybe it'll change for me. But currently they don't work for us, and that's why we're able to do what we do, and it's great.
Yeah, I mean, like I'm thoroughly enjoying myself, like traveling, going to rallies, reporting at events, and I don't know if I would necessarily be doing. If I had a husband and children, I wouldn't be.
Right, and if you had a boyfriend, he wouldn't want you going out with all these random dudes who's other jealous. But the reality is, for your own safety, you need to be going out with other dudes. Like, that's just the reality. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So
I can handle myself. But
you've proven you can. You've proven you can. But you've already been assaulted. I know what you mean.
Yeah. Yeah. But I loaded up one of the other videos that I had from DC, so to show kind of like how things kind of have evolved and changed for me as both like who I am as a person, and then the content that I've been putting out then on YouTube, and also finding where my real nature and what is the fit for me is at. Because like I hadn't watched that video of our first episode from years ago. I mean, it feels like it was years ago. Actually, it was August, but I feel like it was years ago. And the way I've kind of changed. Not even changed. I think I already had it in me, but I was just always I found myself in those situations. You know, I found myself in certain places and whatnot. So like this was like one of the first times that I started becoming more vocal, more confrontational, and telling people like, don't back down to these bullies.
Yep.
Security coming. Fucking taking out every shit. They're taking out, man. They're taking out.
That's what stuff down? 24. Just come over here to help out.
Come back. I don't want to catch up with me.
We're not going to disrespect you.
Chinese disease.
No, why is it 5 guys around?
Did he say Chinese disease to me?
Whoa. Don't get around her like that.
I wouldn't touch me. Fuck around and find out, right?
Fuck around and find out. Ow.
You
better not.
What does that mean?
You know what it means.
What does it mean?
No,
This is me just being stupid.
What does it mean?
It means toxic. Think you're gonna do some shit.
Oh, no. I was just saying.
Stop being evil. Don't pull it.
You guys are the ones pulling her.
That's it right there. Yeah, pull her ass out.
Crazy.
But yeah, then I guess like I started my own little.
My father's a Soviet refugee into this country.
But yeah, so I guess that I ended up, going and debating people and calling out the bullshit, even kind of like by myself at times. So
yeah, no, it's amazing your evolution. So someone said crypto is going to crash. Muser said that. Yeah, I mean, it's crashing right now as we speak. My count just went down big time in the last 2 minutes since you said that. I refreshed the page. Bitcoin is crashing down to $48,000. Bottom line is Biden opened his big mouth today about the tax hike. So that's why people are trying to get into cash and gold right now, which, they're scared of Biden's tax hike. So I don't know if the pain is done yet. But the thing you got to realize about crypto is as fast as it falls, it goes up just as fast. So as fast as it's going to go down right now, it's going to come back and it's going to even go higher. This is consolidation expedited by Biden. Someone said, is Tara the oldest girl I've dated? I never said me and Tara dated, first of all. So let's fact check.
Correct.
I may or may not have, but let's fact check that. But in all talk, no, I don't generally like dating girls that are too young because, first of all, if you date a girl who's like 19, you can't go to bars in the U.S. That's lame. But also, it's usually a sugar daddy relationship. That's just the way it is. If you date older women, they have more money. They can chip in for bills. They know what they want. They're usually better in bed.
Adam's like, split that check.
Hell yeah. I can split that check. Fuck yeah. Hell yeah.
Except when we're out, and then I'm like, Adam, I don't have a job, so it's on you.
I do say I prefer dating women in their 30s, probably even late 30s. I probably had on average the best time with women in their late 30s, just because they bring a level of maturity that even I don't have, which has been cool. But as a 37-year-old, I would say my ideal age to date would be probably, Tara, tell me if you think this is fair. 26 to 30 would be ideal.
Yeah, it's fine.
37-year-old, yeah. But again, I'm not looking to date anybody, so that doesn't apply to me. I just try to live in the moment and be free, and that's all I can do. And look at my crypto every day, which it's not looking too good right now.
But hey, maybe that just means buy more while it's down, right?
100%. If you believe in it, which I do.
Yeah,
just buy more.
I believe in it. I think it's the way of the future. So
I think it's a good time for you to get in there.
Jump in. Yeah.
100%. You should. You got to get in there. Well,
I agree with you.
2:50 a.m. Let's. We kept people for pretty long tonight. It's.
Thanks for everybody who stuck in there. Like Muser, you're always there for us. Thank you very much. We saw a lot of familiar names here earlier, so we appreciate you guys even jumping in and then watching our stream live at what time is it now? It's 2 a.m. here. So it's like 3 a.m. even on the East Coast.
No, it's 4 a.m. in New York.
Oh, so it's like 3 a.m. now. So this is the late night TNA show.
So we're gonna do these probably, guys. I mean, maybe once a week. Tara's schedule is crazier than mine, so she's a busy girl. But I gotta figure out where
I'm gonna be. So I think I'm gonna stay in Minneapolis through the weekend, and then jump to another city. If you guys know of anything that's going on that I should be streaming at, like, let me know if I should head over to Chicago, if I should head over to Portland. I mean, there's always something happening in Portland, but yeah, I'm just trying to figure out where I'm going to be for the next week. I thought I was still going to be here in Minneapolis, but I am going to be in New York for May Day. Adam, have you heard of May Day?
Never. What is it?
May Day. May Day is like a national day of protesting and rioting, basically. So the weather's starting to get nicer and everything. So like what's going to happen from that is going to be a lot more people going out. A lot of people have been going out here. And it was freezing, actually. Like, somebody noticed that my camera was shaking. I don't use the gimbal in those type of protests because it's just too loose. But so that's why I was shaking a little bit, because it was quite properly cold. But yeah, May Day is a national day of protest, and that's May 1st.
Awesome. Maybe I doubt anything's gonna happen down here in Mexico. But if you do anything live, I'll be there streaming it.
Yep, absolutely.
All right, guys. Thanks for joining us on the first TNA show at night, and we have more interviews coming up this week, live streams, and I have a video from Mexico, another travel video coming at you guys. So if you want to see travel video, posting it probably tomorrow. All right, guys, be free, my sheeple. You need to tag one about.
I know. I gotta. Dziękuję is just thank you in Polish. Dzięki, guys.
Bye.
Bye. Good night, guys.